The first campaign we will be building out is our cold campaign. This is the campaign that we are going to use to attract our potential customers. The first thing we're going to want to do is head over to the green create button. So we'll click on the green create button. Now we are presented with our campaign objectives. We have awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, app promotion, and sales. This can be quite confusing. It seems very basic. However, if you're not sure how it all works, this is very, very confusing to begin with. So basically, this is what we want Facebook to do. Facebook is very smart. It is going to put our ads in front of the people most likely to perform the action that we choose. So our campaign is, what are we trying to achieve? Because this is a cold campaign and we are simply trying to build awareness and attract customers, we want either awareness or traffic. Now for this case, we are going to want to send people to our website so that they can check us out, see what we do, and we can collect their data. So we're going to use the traffic campaign. So we click on the traffic, then click continue. Now we're in the setup. So we are in the campaign level. I recommend calling this your cold traffic campaign because the better you label everything now, the more easy your graphs are going to be able to read later. Everything will just make so much more sense if you just label everything properly now. So our cold traffic campaign, scrolling down, no special ad categories. We don't have to change any of the details. We don't have to A and B test, but we will use advantage campaign budget. So we'll turn that on. What that is going to do is spend from our campaign into our ads. So we let Facebook choose what ads are doing the best and it will spend more money there. Facebook's algorithm and AI are much smarter than you and I put together, so we let them do their thing. They have so much data and so much information on people and their behavior and how they act that we just let Facebook take control because it is so smart. So don't try and control the system, let the system do its thing. This will decrease your ad costs and increase your targeting abilities. Everything will work better if you let Facebook do its thing without controlling it too much. Don't mistake this for not giving it enough information. We need to give it as much information as possible, but we let it do its thing. So advantage campaign budget, turn it on. Now, our budget here is, if you don't have a massive budget, put all of your budget into cold advertising because this will find potential customers for your business faster. If you have a little bit of a larger budget, you want to split it. If it's still small, you want to split it 95 to 5 on your warm. So 95 on cold, 5 on warm. As you get a larger budget, you're going to start splitting this a little differently. However, you want majority of your budget going to cold, bringing in new customers, and a smaller amount targeting those same customers. So if you were to be spending, say, $150 a day, I would be spending $100 on cold and $50 on retargeting. For this case, we're going to go with $50 a day. So for this one, I would spend $45 on cold and 5 on retargeting. That's it, and increase this as you need to. We'll go through how to read all of that later on, but for this, split it 95-5 if you've got a small budget. If you have a larger budget, go 60-40, something like that. Just more on your cold to bring in potential customers, less on your retargeting. It is a smaller audience and it doesn't need as much budget. So we'll go $45 if our budget is $50 a day, and head over here and go next. We are now in our ad set level. So our ad set is who we are trying to target. So what locations? For this case, we are going to be targeting Melbourne. So this is our Melbourne traffic ad set. We're going to scroll down, leave it on website because we are going to send people to our website. Maximize link clicks, leave it at that, leave it at that. Now dynamic creative, turn this on and then click continue. So dynamic creative is going to do all of our creative testing for us. So you don't have to put up new ads every single day. What dynamic creative will do is split apart the variables that you give it, and it will create its own ads for people. It'll find the best one that works and put all of the money towards that. Let Facebook do its thing. It is smarter than either of us put together. So dynamic creative on budget and schedule. Now I recommend setting this to 0-0 if you want to track your metrics properly. It's going to start spending at the start of the day. If you want it to start spending right away as soon as you post, just leave that time as it is. Audience controls, this is where we choose our location. So we're going to click edit here. I don't want to target the whole of Australia because we are a local business. We just wanted to target Melbourne. So go Melbourne, Victoria, click on that. Now here you can see a ring around Melbourne. This is a perimeter of where the ads will show. If you don't want to travel 40 kilometers out to jobs, or you don't want people 40 kilometers traveling into you for jobs, you can change that. So click on that there and you can dial it down to 17 kilometers. If you want to go further, you can bring it up to 80 kilometers. Or if you just want Melbourne, click current city only and it will target just Melbourne. Now, if you're going to target a bunch of different suburbs, you can type them in. So we'll go Port Melbourne. And then that way we can click on there. And now we have Melbourne and Port Melbourne selected. You can do as many as you want, as little as you want, as long as there is something in there. This is your targeting. This is where your ads will show up. Once you've selected all of those, scroll down, leave everything else as is, let Meta do its thing, and then click next. Now we are in the ad creative level. This is the level that shows up on screens. This is what we are going to be showing to people. Now, because this is cold, we are just trying to attract. So you could call this finished product if you're showing, say, a finished bathroom or something like that, showing off what it is that you do to attract customers that could be interested in your service. Moving down, make sure you have the right Facebook page and Instagram account selected. In your ad setup, leave it as manual upload. We can go through and choose a single image or video, or we can choose a carousel, which is a bunch of photos that you can slide through. We go through these in a whole nother video because once again, they are a whole nother thing on their own. For this one, we are going to be doing single images. Now we are at the ad creative setup. Now for this, we are going to be using what is called a 3-2-2 method. That's 3 ad creatives, so the pictures or videos. That is 2 primary texts and 2 headlines. That's going to give enough information to Facebook to chop and change, but not too much that it will overwhelm it and it will spend our budget just everywhere. This is going to give it just enough. So I recommend selecting your images and videos that are similar, very similar. What we're going to be changing in those is the way that it looks, what type of image you use. If it has text, you're going to change some of the words from like new or fresh or something like that, just testing different variables, seeing what resonates. You would be surprised how far this goes. So we're going to click select images here. I've already set up a few, so I'm going to select those. If you do not have anything in here, go over here and click on upload and you'll be able to upload them straight from your computer. So now down here we have 1, 2, and 3. Click continue. Now our 3 ad creatives are in here. Moving down, we want optimize for each person selected, yes. Now we've got primary text. So I'm going to head over here to some primary text that I have pre-written. Jump back in and paste that. We have a whole course on copywriting. If you want to learn how to do copywriting, I will leave a link for that below. And then we go add another text option because we're doing 2. So we got the 3-2-2 method. These are our 2 primary texts. I'm going to copy that one and paste that here. Scrolling down, we've got our headlines. Our headline is our next piece. So another 2 headlines. If you want to learn all the details behind this and how all of this works and what we're actually putting in here and why, we have another course on that as well. I will leave a link for that because that is a whole nother thing in its own on how to actually build all of this out. So we now have 3 ad creatives, 2 primary texts, and 2 headlines. That's the 3-2-2 method. We have enough there for Facebook to chop and change, but not enough that it's going to overwhelm it. Scrolling down, you want your website URL. Start this off with https:// I don't know the actual terminologies for the ... so it's there. www. Now, you start everything like this. That just tells it it's safe and secure for Facebook to send people to. Type in your URL where you're going to be sending people. And then click preview URL. Every single time, click preview URL. Make sure your website shows up. Sometimes you miss a letter, mess up a dot, whatever it may be. It happens all the time. Make sure you preview URL. Otherwise, your customers will not be going to your website and you're wasting money on ads. Make sure it's all working properly. Display link, don't worry about. Now, here we have browser add-ons. You can click to leave a call button or a WhatsApp button on your website when people land on it. So if you click on either of these and add in your phone number or your WhatsApp, when people go to your website, there will be a little button that Facebook leaves on there down below that they can click on and just instantly call you. This is fantastic if you are accepting calls or WhatsApp messages, and it gives Facebook such more detailed data. So if you want to set that up, set it up. It's fantastic. Now your call to action here, you can click on and change your button. What I'll show you here is none. If you go here to ad preview, you can click on this and it's going to show you exactly what your ad looks like. Now the call to action button is this little button here. I recommend leaving it as learn more. This is non-intrusive, it's not invasive, and it doesn't make it feel like someone clicks on it, they're just locked into something, say like get offer or whatever. But you can change it to get quote, contact us, whatever you want to sort of change it to, feel free to do that. I've just found learn more works best. Next thing, we want to scroll down here and click on website events. We want to track our website events. If you don't have your pixel set up on your website, once again, I will leave a link to the course below. We have all of those courses to set all of that up so that you can have the most effective ads running. Now that our pixel's set up, we are pretty much done. So we have our campaign, we have our ad set, and we have our ads. Now, all we need to do is head down here, click on publish. Once you click publish, it's gonna go into review mode. It will be reviewed, made sure that everything is okay and it complies with policies, and then it will start spending your money as soon as that is done. This can take anywhere from 1 second to a day. So let it do its thing, let it measure and check out what it needs to, and then it will start spending your budget as soon as that's set. If you've set it for midnight previously, it will start spending at midnight. If you set it for straight away, then it will start spending straight away. So when you click publish, it'll start spending. I'm gonna exit out of this, and now back into our campaign level here. We have our cold traffic campaign. If you want to turn this off, it is as simple as flicking it off right there. So you can turn it off at any point with that one button that turns everything off. Make sure you are in campaign level and you can turn it off. We go through in another video everything that you need to know on how to read and manage and monitor and scale all of your ads. That is in another video. I'll leave a link to that below. But that is everything. That is our cold traffic campaign. So that is a campaign that's going to go out, collect an audience of people that are interested in our stuff. And next we're going to build out our warm retargeting campaign that will retarget those people. So I'll see you there.